of the Sefer Torah for Rosh Hashanah was split right up the side. And and I asked Helen if she was able to sew it together. And not only was she able to sew it, she did it in record speed time. And we thank her very much for an incredible job to the mantle. So thank you, Helen. Let's see where Helen is there, Selwyn. Where's your knitting? Where's your knitting? You're not knitting. Anyway, thank you so much, Helen. So now we've got a mantle that's good as new, thanks to Helen. And also thank you to Estelle for the great newsletter as usual. Best in South Africa. I don't know. I can't say that because Lionel Steyn would be very upset, because his newsletters are so very good. But definitely in the top 2. So thank you. And Arnold, how many views did we get last week? Oh, I think he's talking to Robbie. I'll just be 1 second. I'll be 1 second, everyone.
Yes, one moment. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. Sorry, Rabbi.
Okay. The question is, how many views did we get this week?
Nowhere near as much as last week. Only about 57. Last week it was 125. So, Rabbi, we are more popular than you are.
Definitely. Wow.
Just gonna have a look now how many views we had, but not as many as last week. But even 57 is a lot of views. I don't know who's watching.
Yeah, sure.
It's a very strange. Unfortunately, I don't know how to find out who it is. I'm just looking.
I don't think you can.
66 views. I've just looked at.
Okay. Not bad.
Not bad.
All right. Okay, so welcome everyone. Ava, Aubrey, nice, very nice ceiling you've got, Aubrey. Looking good, your ceiling. There you are, Aubrey. Dr. Ruth, Heather and Jennifer and Ellen and Joan, who were just enjoying Adam Davis in the garden. Adam Davis did a big concert in the garden. And I can tell you, Sandringham Gardens is every day gets a little bit more normal. Although there's still very many protocols and mask wearing, but today there was a big concert in the garden and a lot of people were at the concert. There's Robbie. And
I can't see him. Where is he?
Robbie's there. Is it with his daughter?
Yeah. That's his daughter, Arlene. Hello, Arlene.
Arlene.
You're muted, but that's fine. Hi.
and Ellen and Joan and Selwyn and Helen and the Kohen Gadol, Jeff and Henry and Shmuley and Estelle, of course, and Joel's just joined us. So welcome to everyone. And as usual, we'll start off with a joke from the doctor. Just let's unmute the doctor.
Right, you can unmute yourself, but I've just sent you the message to unmute. There we are.
Right, you can hear me?
Yes.
Right. Yoni Regev is a member of Mossad, and he's been seconded to the United States Secret Service. And part of his job is to be in the presidential guard, the bodyguards for President Trump. Anyway, one day he's on duty and all of a sudden a would-be assassin comes and starts shooting wildly. Nothing to Yoni. He starts shouting, Mickey Mouse, move. Mickey Mouse, move. And he shoots the would-be assassin, and he's made a hero. Anyway, the leader of the group comes up to him and says, tell me, Yoni, you did a wonderful job in saving the president's life, but why were you shouting Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse? He says, actually, I wasn't sure. I got mixed up because my English is not that good. I actually wanted Donald to duck. I once said Donald. I should have said Donald Duck. Donald Duck.
Doctor, that's a very contemporary joke. That must have been made at least in the last 4 years. So not only have you got the good classic ones, but you've even got modern jokes for us. Very good.
Listen, it's becoming harder and harder to keep up my inventory of jokes. I haven't repeated a single joke yet. So you've got to bear with me. You've got to bear with me.
That's what you keep saying, but I know you're doing that because you just want a rise in pay.
We don't mind if you start repeating jokes that you said 3 years ago, say.
You know what? He's never repeated a joke, which is amazing. Because Alan Buzansky, bless him, does repeat a joke once in a while. Anyway, Alan Buzansky told me yesterday that he's wearing his golf socks. He was wearing his golf socks, the one with 18 holes.
Anyway, welcome to Stephen Herr, who likes to be in this session so much that he's doing it from his car. Well done, in the car. But just be careful where you're driving.
I'm going to go see the supper.
And Stephen is sponsoring the chocolates at the Glen Hazel Shul tomorrow in honor of his mother. And he's also holding a special prayers on Sunday because now it's easier to have prayers. So even though it's how many months, Stephen? About 7 months since your mother passed away.
You're mute. Can't hear you, but it's okay.
7 months. Was in March.
He's having a prayers on Sunday at the Capri.
Yeah, I'll try maybe put it through Zoom. I'm going to try and see if I can work it as well.
Oh, okay. So we wish you
I'll
long
see if I
life.
can.
Okay.
Thanks, Fox.
Before we go to the songs,
As a friend of mine, Melinda, Fox.
Melinda Galinsky, I know her. Hello, Melinda.
Yes.
That's me, yes.
Yeah, was he doing deliveries now?
Welcome, Melinda.
Keep it.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Okay.
Okay. So in this week's Pasha, there's a lot to speak about. It's a long Pasha, the first Pasha of the Torah, Bereshit. And one of the things that we read about is Hashem created the sun and the moon. Now it says Hashem created the two great luminaries, Orot HaGadolim, the two great lights in the sky. And Rashi's bothered because we know that the sun is 400 times the size of the moon. So how could Hashem call it, how could the Torah say that they were the two great lights, seemingly making them the same, equating them? So Rashi says the truth is that initially they were created the same size, the sun and the moon. That was how they were initially created. So they were initially both literally great. They were both huge. But the Midrash tells us that the moon complained. And the moon said, how can you make two kings? Sorry? So the moon complained and said, how can you make two kings to rule in the same universe? And Hashem said to the moon, actually, moon, Taka, that's a good point. I'll make you small and I'll make the sun the king. Okay, so we learn a couple of things from this. First of all, we have to be careful what we complain about because sometimes it can actually come true. The moon complained that there were two kings, so Hashem took the kingship away from the moon. But more importantly, there's a lesson in here. It's not just a little fairy tale story. Of course, there's an important lesson, is that the moon was not looking at its own greatness. It felt that the sun was impeding on its domain. It felt that I should be the king. How can the sun be here? It wasn't looking at its own great potential and its greatness, but what the sun was doing, how the sun was negatively affecting the moon. And that's a great lesson in life, is that if we are always concerned about that other people are taking away from us, then we'll never, ever, ever be happy. Never be happy, because there will always be someone in a higher position than us, someone who's wealthier than us, someone who's more famous than us, someone who's more influential than us, someone who's better than us in many areas. And we'll never, ever be happy. But if we look at ourselves, at our own greatness, our own potential, our own talents, what Hashem has given to us, then we can only be happy. That is the root of happiness. It's the path to happiness. Even if you are a great prime minister of a country, there's always someone else who's greater than you. And if you're always looking at that person and saying, I wish I was as great, it's not fair, it's not fair, then you can never, ever be happy. So that is the important lesson that we learn from how Hashem initially made the moon, and then what happened after that, is that we have to be happy with what we are and who we are. That is the most important thing. And someone was telling me that there's a great tennis player, his name is Nadal. Everybody knows Rafael Nadal. Got a nice Jewish name, Rafael. So he said in an interview this week, we know that he won the French Open. He said in an interview that when he wins a Grand Slam, and he's now won 20 Grand Slams, okay, he goes home and he's happy. He's happy. And when he loses a match, when he loses a tournament, he goes home and he's sad, but he's never very, very happy. He never goes elated over, excuse the pun, but he's never over the moon. But he's never very depressed either when he loses. He's got an incredible temperament. But he says the secret to his happiness and the secret to his temperament is that he only measures himself by himself. He doesn't bother how many titles Federer has won or Djokovic has won. It doesn't bother him at all. As long as he does the best that he can, and not even does the best, but that he tries the best that he can do, then he's continuously happy. Even if he loses, it doesn't matter. He's not so worried that the other person has won. He tried his best and he lost. And that's an incredible attitude to have in life, to try your best with what Hashem has given you. And if you win, Baruch Hashem. And if you lose, okay, you tried your best. But not to look at what other people have and their successes. Because if we look at their successes, we'll never truly be happy. And I think that's a great lesson that we learn from the Pasha. Okay, so over to Arnold for a song, and then to the Kohen Gadol, or vice versa.
Right, let's make it vice versa, because I didn't prepare anything today. So let me think of something. Where is the Kohen Gadol now, so that I can unmute? Or you can unmute yourself, Jeff. Okay, I've just asked you to unmute.
Am I the vice? I'm the vice. The vice. This is the first of all the convocations what we read in the Torah is the Shabbos. This is what it's about. We're celebrating the beginning of the world now. We're celebrating the most amazing time. This is what we're doing. And it's a joyful time. What a bracha that we have been given in Shabbos. What an amazing thing. And the little nigun, which I'll sing part of it, well, we do this all the time, but we honor the Shabbos. We honor it amongst all the days. We honor it because Hashem made it for us, and He tells us that we should do work for 6 days. On the 7th day is Hashem's day. It's like Hashem. It is Hashem's day. So how fortunate are we? How lucky are we that we can have this Shabbos and share it with Hashem? It's amazing. Yom ze mekubat mikol yamin ki v'shabbat su'alamim. Yom ze mekubat mikol yamin ki v'shabbat su'alamim. Shesh yamim tasem apecha malafecha. Yom hashpi'i leilakcha. Shabbos asaseh v'malacha v'malacha. Ikalasa sheshamin shehesh yamim, ay, yam zemakubat, mital yamim, kivo shavat, shualamim, yam zemakubat, mital yamim, kivo shavat, shualamim, arishon hu, mikre koidesh, yom Shabbason, yom Shabbos koidesh, Shabbos koidesh, al pen kolis b'yeinu yakadesh, yakadesh, al stay lechem yetzatzut mimim, ay, yom zemakubat, mikol yamim kibo shavat, Alamim yom zemakubat, mikol yamim kibo shavat, alamim, hashamayim, shamayim, saprim koidoi, kavoidoi, v'gam haaretz molach astoi, rastoi, ruchi goyle, oshtoi yadoi, ki hu hatsa polosamim, halotamim, ay, yom zemakubat, mikol yamim kibo shavat, Alamim yom zemakubat, mikol yamim kivo shavat sur alamim. Shabbos.
Shakeach.
Arnold, just one thing before you take us further is that on the 7th and the 8th, I'm sure everyone has heard, is the Shabbos project. I believe is it the 8th of Shabbos? Let me just check.
7th and 8th.
7th and the 8th of November.
Okay.
Yes, 6th and the 7th. The 7th of November is the Shabbos project. So we're coming up to that. And of course, the Chief Rabbi's message to the community this year is that really it's about being at home. Really, these big parties that we've had over the past, getting together, it's wonderful. But really, Shabbos is really about a day of rest at home. So he says, some people have been saying, it's not the real Shabbos project, but his opinion is this is the real Shabbos project, being at home with your family and observing and resting and the peacefulness of Shabbos. So we'll get more details as we get closer to the day. Over to you, Arnold.
So do you know how we're going to keep the Shabbos project? We're going to find out.
He'll come out with some material, reading material, how to really keep Shabbos properly at home, what to do, what not to do. There'll be a Shabbos bake before and a Havdalah Zoom afterwards. So I'm not sure the details, but I'll let you know closer to the time.
Okay, but we're certainly not going to have mass gatherings.
No, on the contrary. In fact, that's not really Shabbos. Shabbos is really being home. So we'll see what he comes up with. We can rely on him.
The big challah bake will be by Zoom.
Yep.
And the Havdalah concert will be by Zoom.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, today is Shabbos Bereshit, and Bereshit means the beginning, right, Rabbi? It means in the beginning. So today really is the beginning of the year. Today is the beginning of the year. Today we're really starting the year. A normal year, a year with peace, with health, of course, and everything boils down to one word, and that we should have a mazel dikar year, a year of good luck. And so, whilst my good friend and Machutin Jeff speciality is songs in Hebrew, I'll try and sing in Yiddish, and so it goes. Wo nimmt men a bissal Mazel, wo nimmt men a bissal Glier, der Dreidel soll sich überdrehen und bringen mein Mazel zurück. Der Welt verschaffen, für alle Menschen gleich, wo nimmt men a bissal Mazel, a bissale Glick. Oi, wo nimmt men a bissale Chotschek, a bissale Mazel, a bissale Glick. Jorn von Zores, Jorn von Fein, Zeiten kein Ärgere, kennst du nicht sein. Gegangen auf Regen, verloren im Bluff, gepattert die Jorn, gezeigen die Nacht, mitten zu brochenem Jid. Frag ihr die Frage bei sich, Wo nimmt man a bissale Masel? Wo nimmt man a bissale Glück? Der Dreidel soll Sach überdrehen und bringen mein Masel zurück. Die Welt ist doch verschaffen für alle Menschen gleich. Oi, wo nimmt man a bissale Chotschek, a bissale Masel? A bissale Glück. Oi, wo nimmt man a bissale Masel? Masel, bissale Glück.
Yeshakach Arnold.
Good.
I saw Robbie singing along with you.
I know, because he knows it, but I think he's muted.
No, he's not muted. Now he's not muted.
I know the chorus. I can't remember everything else. It's too old. Even in my time, it was old.
Where's your L'chaim, Robbie? Where's your L'chaim?
Oh, I haven't got the L'chaim. Ali. Yemi.
Come here.
Come on.
Rabbi, you're causing a problem.
No problem. And let's all have a wonderful Shabbos, a nice, ordinary, regular Shabbos. The Yom Tovim were lovely, but it was a nice, long season at home. And now we're back to normal.
Absolutely. Good Shabbos to everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Arnold and everyone. Where's your L'chaim, Robbie? L'chaim.
Good Shabbos.
There we go.
Hey.
One.
Okay.
Everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye, Melinda.
Bye.
Bye.
Shabbos, everybody.
Shabbos, everybody.
Bye, guys. Forever keep it.
Yes.
Can you hear us, Rafa?
Bye. Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, everybody.
Shabbos, everybody.
Good Shabbos.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's done 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, is that it?